take down the highway a bit here, going to downtown. Downtown's a bit of a mess. So the autopilot will go the posted speed limit, but you could use this little dial. I'm not sure if you see the camera here. The little dial scroll wheel on the right there. You can use that to go faster than the posted speed limit if you want. I have noticed on single lane undivided highways, or I guess it'd be single lane divided highways, I think. Anyways, whatever the highway is that has one lane going one way and one lane coming towards you without a center median, you know, it's just road. Highways like that, you are maxed out at 100. Now it's taking me into the passing lane, which is weird. I guess technically you're still passing these guys. I mean, autopilot doesn't really discriminate. If you're from Alberta like me, you know that the left lane's like 120 and up kind of thing. I gotta say, one thing I hate about drivers here, like, it took me into the other lane because this person on the right was going less than 100, and then she decides to go up to 110. Just like, why? What's wrong with you? It drives me nuts. And then it pisses off the people behind you because you're going 110 instead of 120, but you're still trying to pass people. It's just annoying. Like, just people are just bad drivers. And truthfully, I hate doing this. I hate being that guy in the left lane that's doing 110 instead of 120. But it is what it is. And then you get guys like this. Let's see if I can bring it up on the camera. He's a lot closer than he seems. This is a wide angle lens. Anyways, you got people that are just like flying up your alley. They know you're passing people, but they just fly up your alley for no reason. Like, again, I get it, dude, but like, that extra 20 seconds isn't gonna kill you, man. I promise you. He kind of backed off a bit now. Oh, that's why there's... Oh, no, he realized it was a towing company in the left lane and not cops with the lights, so he's back on my arse again. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get past this guy. I'm going 120, this guy's still up my ass. Like, people like this, truthfully, what I like to do, like, quit being a dick, man. Like, I just don't get it. People like that, I'll just slow down. Like, give it a rest, bud. You see that somebody's trying to pass. That's cool. I auto-signaled it over, and it just, it went over. That's why. That explains everything. It took me back into the passing lane. So notice it doesn't get over out of courtesy, it doesn't seem like, when people are riding your arse, but, you know, you can just turn on the signal. And you can manually turn on the signal, and the car will move over for you. And the other thing that drives me nuts about drivers, like, you get a little curve like this, and these people slow down 10, 15 kilometers. Like, I don't understand it, man. And people are just such bad drivers. Like, the autopilot is a better driver than most of these people. Hope that screen's not shaking too much. It doesn't look like it. That's good. It's kind of a... That view's not the best, I guess, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm going to do a bit more of these tests on the weekend when I have a bit more time. It is, like I said, it's supposed to snow in a couple of days here. So if I have the time, I'm going to take it out for a rip in the snow with autopilot and kind of see how that does. I'm kind of half surprised that it hasn't gotten over yet. It seemed to get over pretty early when we were driving down to the south end of the city there. I guess just with this drive down... Oh, there it goes. That was kind of silly. It signals over when it could have passed this guy going 20 over, but instead it slowed down first. You usually want to exit the left lane, the passing lane first, and then slow down a bit, rather than slowing down and ticking the people off behind you. That's going to go up to 120 in the right lane. Yeah, figured that out. But still, very cool. The sun doesn't, the glare doesn't seem to be really affecting the cameras. The only thing that I see that does was when we had those two little phantom brake cases back there. The glare from the puddles. Now this is a bit of a screwy intersection for people here, so I'm kind of curious to see how the autopilot's going to react here. It's got to get into this exit lane, but this is also a merge lane. Well, nobody merged in front of us, so it's a bit difficult. It's going to signal at the last second. Oh, it missed the exit. it missed my exit. So now it's all confused. I'm glad I caught that, actually. I don't know why it would miss that. Like, you could, I don't know. Obviously, it didn't see something. It's going to take me a different way. It's going to take me down 16. Which is kind of better anyway. It's more congested to get to the core of downtown that way. Like, there's slower roads and more turns, stuff like that, to the destination I'm going to. As long as it doesn't miss the 16th one, because then it'll be kind of annoying. That's interesting. I'll have to go back and check the camera footage to see why it missed that exit. Like, it knew it was coming. It highlighted it in blue and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure why I missed it. It's going to miss this one, too? Oh, no, I got this one. It was a bit abrupt again. That's weird. I don't know if that's how the lanes are. I noticed this one. It looked like these two. It looks like they were solid lines. I think maybe to the camera. I think maybe that's why I didn't take the Memorial one. Oh, let's see how fast this thing slams on the brakes. Well, that was a bit, that was questionable. Probably could have stopped. A human driver, I feel like, could have stopped there. Yes, you would have been slamming on the brakes, but you still could have stopped. I guess the autopilot determined that was the best way. This is going to be interesting, too. So turning left here, it's a double left turn into a double left turn that has two straight ones. So it knows it's going straight, so it's going into the left lane. Oh, it's taking me back down Deerfoot. Weird. That's whatever. I'm gonna stop this red light.
Now keep right.
That's good. Should turn the signal light on though. No? Okay. Make sure I don't okay, so that I completely would have if there was somebody in the left lane there, I would have cut that person off and I would have hit them. So I'm gonna make sure to highlight that. That's very important. You can see here there's two left lanes. I was in the right turning left lane to go into this one here. Well, you're going straight, you gotta go this one. Anyways, this one is meant, the left lane's meant for these people here, and the car turned directly into that left lane. That's not how that's supposed to work there. I don't know how many roads are like that in the States, given their advanced sophistication. I would assume quite a bit. In my eyes, there's no reason that should have happened like that. Like, for safety evasion, like if there's a vehicle on the right coming too close to me, then sure, fine, fair enough. I'm gonna run over this huge pothole. Yeah. But for safety evasion, I could see that being a thing, but there was no vehicles, there was nothing. That was just that was an unsafe turn by the autopilot. I'm curious, actually. I'm gonna maybe when I go down that route again on Saturday. Well, hopefully on the weekend. I'm gonna do that turn again, and I'm gonna correct the autopilot, and I want to see if that takes it off or if it just kind of lets me do my thing with it or whatever. Anyways, we're going to Memorial now, I guess, because it missed that turn to begin with. It's still filming. That's good. Hopefully it's not. We'll see what batteries are dead. Anyways, it's also interesting. Like, it seems like the more I look away, the more notifications I get to, keep your hands on the wheel. As opposed to the regular autopilot, it's if your hands are off the wheel, it seems to give you more of those notifications. Whereas for the most part here, I haven't had my hands on the wheel. I'm just resting it here. But, yeah, very cool, very interesting. I just hope this camera's not shaking too much. I'm gonna pay attention to that. It gets up to speed very quickly, though, relative to standard autopilot that comes with the vehicle. That is so annoying, though. I guess there's no way to really avoid that yet. I drove over like 3 freaking potholes now. Like, you can't see them on the map, but it's just annoying. And then this manhole sticks out a bit much. Yeah, I hit that too. It's weird. You think with so there's another puddle here. I wonder if it's gonna phantom brake on this puddle with a glare. No, I didn't do it on that one. It's probably good. We're at highway speeds here, anyways. But it is a bit peculiar to me that it'll phantom brake in a 40 zone, but it won't when there's like a freaking huge pothole there. Yeah, I'm really curious about downtown here. There's all sorts of one-ways in certain lanes that go into certain lanes, and turns that go into turns, and certain areas you can and can't turn at certain times. We're actually past that time now. It's past 7. But anyways, that'd be something else to be curious about. On certain lanes, certain streets and avenues you can't turn down at certain times. I'm kind of curious if the car will just kind of ignore that, or if it'll actually see and recognize the sign. This radio station's kind of Oh, super junky. Probably could have stopped at that red light too. I don't know. Maybe it saw the guy beside me. It's like, nah, he's going through. I'm going through too. Again, the stop was a bit premature, but I think it's programmed into the autopilot. Can you see the road? Not really. I'm about a car length and a half from the guy in front of me, so maybe that's why it hits the brakes so quickly. It gets going pretty quick. I do like that. I remember my one gripe with like the regular autopilot is that the thing would never get going right away. It was annoying, and it would piss off drivers behind you, and rightfully so. Like, there would be literally 10 car lengths, and then it would start going after red light, which is annoying. Like, it should be quicker like this. This is bearable. Like, this is proper. It's keeping a proper distance. It accelerates relative to the car in front of you. Yeah, dude beside me has his ear folded in for some reason. I hope you could see all the green lights and all the parked cars and stuff like that here. That's very helpful. Now, downtown, if you've ever driven downtown Calgary, I drive down here every day, all day. And to say people are aggressive is an understatement. So I'm kind of curious to see, like, honestly, people just cut each other off. Like, the signal kind of comes in as people are already in their lane. So I'm curious to see if, A, how aggressive the autopilot is, and B, if anyone's actually going to let me in. Because I've seen videos online of the autopilot just cutting people off because they wouldn't let them in, so it's kind of funny, but I mean, I'm not going to lie, I kind of low-key hope that happens, but, you know.
200 meters.
People in this province already hate me for being a Tesla owner anyway, so I mean, I may as well give them a proper reason, right? So this should have been over. Like, I feel like, okay, put the signal on now. That's kind of cool. Like, I need to make a... Nice. That was pretty smooth. Thanks, man.
Southwest.
Oh, don't hit that car. Holy shit. That was close. That was really close. And then it turned. Yo, pick a lead. There we go. It's in the right lane now. It should have. That was sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I drive close, but that was pretty close. I'm hoping you can kind of see that in this repeater here. I'll do a highlight on that too. And, well, to get to my destination, I should have stayed in the left lane, and it went over to the right lane without signaling. That said, as far as I know, autopilot's still kind of in beta for city driving, city street stuff like that. I could be wrong about that, but obviously I haven't looked too much into it because I'm not paying 16 grand for freaking autopilot. Like, this is cool, I won't lie, but it is not 16 grand cool. Like, it might be 3 grand cool. I don't know. The dude behind me on a bike. Oh, cool. Okay. No, I want to make sure I'm not going to cut this guy off behind me. It's not going to signal. These lanes are really hard to see here, so I'm just keeping my hand on the wheel just in case I have to take over. There's a lot of construction going on here in Calgary now. We're running that underground C train. I think it's the Green Line. Very helpful, of course, but yeah, because of all the construction, they're digging up all the roads. A lot of these places don't have lines. The lines painted in them yet. They did have this crap in the winter. But that is cool. It seems like it's doing downtown better than I thought, to be honest. Yeah. The other thing is, if you live in Calgary, you guys will never see this. So there's a dude on a bike behind me, not going through a red light. That's not a thing. Every cyclist, they're like, besides the Canada Goose, a Canadian cyclist is the worst animal, 100%, at least in Calgary. And I'm not lying. I swear this is the first person I've ever seen obey road laws. Like, this guy probably could have blown that light 2 or 3 times, but he chose not to. So, you know, good on that guy. Surprising, but and if you're, like I said, if you're from Calgary, you know this. This is a well-known fact. I kind of want a pedestrian. This is usually busy. It's only because it's Easter. But usually there's pedestrians crossing in this particular area all the time. I'm kind of curious how it reacts to pedestrian. Like, I'm driving in the middle right now. I also, technically, to get in the front of Bankers Hall, okay, I was going to say I need to be in my left lane, but typically you want to be in your left lane faster than that here. Once again, it's only dead because it's Easter Monday. Like, usually this is, like, hugely crowded. But yeah, that was my downtown autopilot trip. Very cool.